Have you ever wondered if some people in this world aren't actually ordinary at all? Today's story might make you rethink who are those we easily overlook. Hey friends, have you ever heard of a deity descending to the mortal world? A viewer shared this incredible story from their hometown. Back in the 1960s, in a small village, there was a little girl. When she was about 7 or 8 years old, all her hair suddenly fell out, leaving her completely bald. Her family tried everything, consulting doctors, healers, but no one could cure her. By the time she turned 14 or 15, her hair still hadn't grown back. Her family eventually gave up and raised her as a tomboy. Everyone in the village called her Baldy. Not only was she bald, but people also thought she wasn't quite right in the head. She often ran into the streets shouting, "I'm a celestial being from heaven. One day, 8 people will carry a grand wedding sedan chair to bring me back." Everyone just laughed. They thought she was insane. But what happened next left the entire village speechless. One day, as she was wandering around like usual, she saw a group of people gathered under a big tree. She walked over and said, "Did you know here is treasure buried under this tree?" Everyone laughed, no one believed her. But times were tough, and some were tempted by the idea of treasure. 2 men couldn't resist asking, "Where is it? Is it really there?" She pointed toward the woods behind the village and said, "Over there. Go see for yourselves." People often went into those woods to gather firewood in winter, but no one had ever heard of treasure there. Still, that night, the 2 men took an oil lamp and went into the forest. After searching for a while, one of them suddenly shouted, "Over here! This tree has a hollow!" He reached inside and pulled out a white porcelain bowl. Then another and another. They gathered a whole stack of bowls and plates, wrapped them in cloth, and hurried home. The next day, word spread quickly. Soon, everyone rushed to the tree to dig for treasure. They took everything, bowls, plates, until nothing was left. But one elderly man knew a thing or two about the supernatural. He felt this tree was special. That afternoon, he quietly brought offerings, food, incense, and laid them in front of the tree. He kowtowed and whispered, old tree, I would like some grain." Then he reached into the hollow and pulled out a handful of grain. Shocked and grateful, he kowtowed 3 more times and thanked the tree. When he returned to the village, he told everyone, "If you want something from the tree, you must bring an offering. Show respect. Don't just give thanks." After that, people started bringing gifts before making wishes. And somehow their wishes were granted. Even people from neighboring counties came to pray to what they now called the tree deity. But here's the sad part. It was Baldy who first told everyone about the tree. Yet no one ever thanked her. She remained an outcast. She often sat on a tree branch, watching people come and go, sometimes asking passers-by for food. One day, a steamed bun seller was pushing his cart to the market. Baldy stopped him and said, "Give me 1 bun. If you do, you'll sell out everything today. If you don't, you won't sell a single one." The man thought she was crazy and ignored her. But that day, he didn't sell 1 bun. Not one. The next market day, he saw Baldy on the tree branch from afar. He called out, "Hey Baldy, come down. I'll give you a bun. Just tell me, will I sell out today?" She nodded. And believe it or not, within 20 minutes, his entire cart was empty. From then on, he always gave her a bun. And every time, he sold out. If he forgot, he sold nothing. Spooky, right? Then, when Baldy turned 18, something unbelievable happened. A group of strangers entered the village with a decorated palanquin carried by 8 men, drums beating, music playing. They announced, "We're here to escort the celestial being back to heaven." Baldy's older sister ran home in shock. "Sis, they're really here, just like you said." But instead of being happy, Baldy was terrified. She tried to run but tripped over the doorstep and fell. The moment she hit the ground, a golden bowl fell from her head, and her hair, long, black, and beautiful, cascaded down. She was transformed. She looked like a goddess. Her sister couldn't believe her eyes. Is this really my sister? The visitors gently helped Baldy into the palanquin. It's time, they said. We're here to take you home. As they departed with music and fanfare, her family tried to follow, but collapsed unconscious at the door. But this story doesn't have a happy ending. A local Taoist priest with ill intentions learned what was happening. He used divination to determine which path the procession would take and went ahead to dig a trench to block their way. But as he dug, the trench filled with blood. When the procession was about a mile away, Baldy suddenly began vomiting blood inside the palanquin. By the time they reached the trench, she had already passed away. They buried her where she died, erecting a large stone platform with a monument that read, "Phoenix Platform." When the villagers found out the priest had caused her death, they were furious. They waited for him at the village entrance and, well, let's just say he didn't make it. From that day on, the old tree lost all its power. No more wishes came true. Some say the tree's magic came from Baldy herself. She was trying to help the villagers all along. After she was gone, the tree became ordinary. To this day, if you pass by that area, you can still see the Phoenix Platform. So what do you think? Are there truly those who walk among us unnoticed, misunderstood, only to leave behind a mystery that forever changes us? If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you in the next tale.